We want to get back to our breaking news now. Just about an hour ago, we got word of a police-involved incident right near one of the gates to Fort Meade. Our Brad Bell, Maryland Bureau Chief, has been on the scene now. Brad, what can you tell us?
Well, Jumi, these facts can change, but what we understand now is that someone tried to ram the gate and, in fact, rammed a police car. There was gunfire. We believe that the person who rammed the gate tried, for whatever reason, to get in. We can't say tried to get into NSA, but appeared at the gate. That person appears to be seriously injured and perhaps could be a fatality. We were told this person was a working code, and certainly from the helicopter we can see a white sheet on the ground that appears to be covering someone up. Now, again, these facts can change. We do know that a police officer, an NSA police officer, was involved, suffered a minor injury. That officer has now been transported to the Shock Trauma Center up in Baltimore for treatment, but again, from what we could see from the helicopter, the injuries did not appear to be all that serious, that it was an arm injury. Now, NSA is one of the most secure facilities that the United States government operates. We have been set up at a place, an old hotel here that's now the National Cryptologic Museum, and we've been told that we can't point our cameras even at the NSA. So behind the camera, I'm looking at the buildings at NSA, and what we're looking at in this direction is a private building on the other side of the BW Parkway in the National Business Park. Now, where this shooting took place is actually just north of here. This is the BW Parkway. We can't really see anything. It's just trees. But the shooting took place on what's called Connector Road. There's a 4-lane gate at that point where cars are checked as they come in and out. Now, as we've said, this is one of the most secure facilities that the United States government operates. National Security Agency is responsible for gathering intelligence from all around the world. This really is the front line in the war on terror. In this facility, analysts are going over cell phone communications from all around the world. There's been a lot of fuss about Andrew Snowden and exactly what the NSA is listening to. This is that agency, and it is extremely secure, very heavily policed at the gates. Now, a little while ago when I was on the telephone, I described their typical position with regard to security, and that is there are only a couple of ways into here, and there are checkpoints that are manned by police officers, barricades that can pop up out of the ground, heavily armed officers on the scene, and then there's an outer perimeter where Maryland State Police stand vigil just, it seems, 24/7. You see the cars out here all of the time, and in the past, when there has been an episode at one of the gates, an early alert has come from the state police to the NSA that something is inbound. We don't know if that happened today, but it appears as though the police were in position to block this apparently intruding SUV. Now, there was a spokesperson for the NSA who was on scene here. It's interesting when you say spokesperson for the NSA because they typically don't say very much about anything at all, and all this person told us was that, quite frankly, she has no information. The only official information that has been put out is that there was an incident at a gate and that 2 people had to be treated for injuries. That's all they're saying at this point here officially at the NSA. The NSA is surrounded by Fort Meade, federal property all the way around. We cannot see this incident from the ground. People driving on the BW Parkway or in the National Business Park across the way will not be able to see this. The only vantage point we can give you is the one that you're seeing from News Chopper 7 at this point. So, still a developing story. We believe whatever happened, the incident itself is over. There is not an ongoing emergency, but certainly an ongoing investigation here at the NSA on the grounds of Fort Meade. Jumi, back to you.
Okay, Maryland Bureau Chief Brad Bell live on the scene there, and as Brad and the rest of our crews continue to gather more information, we will break into coverage here to give you any sort of updates. You can also check out our website, WJLA.com, and follow us on both Facebook and Twitter. We will see you back here for ABC 7 News at noon with the very latest.